Pay off debt with me in 2026. Our total debt is $1,060,578.58.
What is one bad financial decision that you're gonna make in life?
Bro, getting approved for a credit card.
How's that a bad financial decision?
Bro, when you get approved for like 10K, you forget about everything. You just on the card, on the card, on the card, on the card.
How much debt do you have on your credit card? Have you been paying it down?
I kind of just do my own thing.
What a wonderfully sound financial plan.
All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at some people who are in a lot of credit card debt. Some of the numbers in these clips are just absolutely insane to me, but I guess with the way things are headed, these numbers are only going to increase. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just start off with this one.
I'm exposing my debt so you can feel better about your debt. The debt that I'm going to start out with is a debt that I don't have the exact specific numbers for just yet, just because we're working on refinancing a couple of things and that's going to take some time. That being said, I can estimate that we have over $100,000 worth of student loans and personal loans. Let's move on to our credit card debt, which is really our priority right now. Credit card number 1. Current balance is $7,513. Credit card number 2 is $8,912.74. Credit card number 3, the current balance is $10,229.91. Credit card 4, the balance is $10,317.05. Credit card number 5, current balance is $11,812.86. And I saved the best for last. Or maybe the most tragic. Credit card number 6, current balance is $16,582.43. Our current running balance of credit card debt is $63,227.
And that's not including over the 6 figures of student loans and personal loans. So that's over $60,000 with a 20 to 30% interest rate. That is unreal. And each one of the cards just got worse. I don't even know what to say. But unfortunately, there are going to be many clips that are similar to that we're going to take a look at today. And I asked you guys in an older video, do you know someone with credit card debt? Someone replied, me. These videos help though. Haven't added debt and have been paying it off thanks to you. I know a lot of people like to use these videos as scared straight, and I mean, hey, whatever works, that's fine by me. Is this question a joke? It's almost like if I know someone with a pulse. I know several people with credit card debt. It's keeping up with the Joneses. Appearances and arguments around the holiday over finances. Then the cycle repeats. Pretty much everyone I know, I'm the only one of my friends that doesn't have credit card debt. My mom is addicted to spending half of her monthly social security check on Temu wheel spins, which I didn't even know was a thing. I thought you just got junk products off of that site. Why am I not surprised they would add some sort of gambling into it? She gets $1,600 a month to live and spends half of it addicted to those spin wheels. She won't stop and says it makes her happy. It's sad and there's nothing I can say or do. To me, that sounds like a gambling addiction and is almost inevitably going to get worse. I have about $84.50 in credit card debt. My New Year's resolution is to live off of cash and pay down the debt. I had about $5,000 in credit card debt and at one point a $12,000 loan. That was a lot to pay off for me. Never again. Well, we can move on to the next clip that just absolutely blows those numbers out of the water.
Pay off debt with me in 2026. Our total debt is $1,060,578.58. We have 5 credit cards, $730.86 on the first one, $5,640.92 on the second one, $9,438.38 on the third one, $11,859.25 on the fourth, $16,720.32 on the fifth one. I have about $46,000 in debt on student loans. For about $26,000 of the debt on the student loans, I do qualify for the public student loan forgiveness. I've just been waiting almost a year now for them to process my application, so we'll see how that goes. We have a boat loan for $118,492.62, home equity line of credit for $135,944.84, a business loan for $208,667.03, and then our mortgage is $507,166.96. My goal for the 2026 is to pay off about $100,000 in debt.
Okay, so before I say anything, we'll just head over to the comment section. If the boat isn't for sale, you don't honestly care about this goal with over 30,000 likes. We've already gone over that topic a little bit in the car videos. To be honest, boat depreciation and maintenance makes vehicles look like nothing. So while I do agree you should probably sell the boat, I wouldn't doubt that they would take a hefty loss on whatever they have. And the next comment, boats are for people with no debt. You could get that $100,000 paid off tomorrow by selling the boat. I mean, it really depends on what they have, but with over $1 million in total debt and their goal is to pay off $100,000 by the end of the year, the amount of interest that's going to accrue from their various loans will make that $100,000 seem like a lot less. Just their credit cards alone, they're a little bit over $44,000 in debt. Again, anywhere from 20 to 30% interest rate. We could add in the student loans as well. We've seen examples of people having 18% interest on their loan. Also adding in the HELOC and the business loan, I mean, this looks really bad. And this comment from you guys goes very well with this. Is it me or does it feel like a competition who could owe the most money? I won't lie, the bigger the number, the more clicks you get on social media, so you definitely have a point there. Here we got a post up on screen right now, 5 of the most ridiculous things I spent money on that put me in debt. Number 1, fake luxury handbags. I knew they were fake and I put them on a credit card. They lasted exactly 2 months before breaking. Now we've gone over this a bit with the overconsumption videos. It really depends on what type of replica items you get, because legitimate authentic items now are not made with the best materials, so sometimes you could find the fake items that are basically the exact same quality. But then you could ask the question of why are you getting this? Are you just trying to impress other people, making it look like you got a Louis Vuitton bag or a Chanel purse when you can't afford it in the first place, putting it on a credit card? Number 2, I traded in my almost paid off car for something much less reliable and much more per month. Instantly, Jeep Wranglers and Ford Broncos come to mind. So many people have done that over the past few years and have gotten absolutely destroyed on the maintenance cost as well as the payments. Number 3, a trip that I'd swore I'd pay off in 12 years with 0 interest, and I did not in fact pay it off in 12 months. We're going to see a couple more examples of that a little bit later in the video. Number 4, a loan to pay off my debt, but then I racked up even more debt on those cards I'd used to loan to pay down. So basically, double debt. And number 5, so many clothes that I never even wore and now don't fit, and I didn't even like them that much to begin with. Heading over to the comment section, I saw a few like this. I could have made this exact post. I've never paid off a trip I put on a credit card in the amount of time I said I would. Heavy on number 4, glad I'm not alone. Number 4, that was a rough one. Talking about getting loans to pay down one debt and then racking it up again, making it twice as bad. This is a lot more common than you think. And we got another one from you guys right here. People airing out their poor financial situation online is crazy, but I'm glad they do it. Like I said before, people use this as a scared straight method. Other people watch it like a Jerry Springer show. I mean, to each their own, but at least for me, when I see the credit card debt videos, the car payment videos, and the overconsumption, it definitely de-influences me from buying anything.
I have a total of 5 credit cards that I need to pay off, and starting from smallest to biggest, the first one is my Freedom credit card. I owe $1,500 exactly. The next one I owe on is Capital One. I owe $4,448.53. Next card is Best Buy. I owe $5,650 exactly. My 4th credit card is with Chase, and I owe $6,731.19. And last but not least, my Discover credit card. This is the one that I owe the most on, and the total balance right now is $11,159.08. That brings me to a total of $29,488.75. A lot of people wonder how somebody gets in this much debt, and it does not happen overnight. It is years of bad spending habits, only paying minimum, and just other bad financial decisions that I got myself into. I am making the decision to get myself out of this position because I am 25 years old and I do not plan to carry this debt into my 30s.
Okay, so a couple things. First off, I just wanted to say she had a Best Buy card, and that's one of the traps that many people fall into, the retail credit cards. I'd say particularly Best Buy as well, because you go walk into that store and spend quite a bit of money on electronics. And it sounds super enticing that, oh, if you open up a Best Buy credit card, you could get 10% off, 15% off. It'll save you a decent amount of money, and you keep swiping and it turns into what, over $5,000 she had just on that card alone? You have to be very careful when you're talking about those cards. And the other thing is that she's making videos on her debt payoff, which I hope ends up working out. We've seen it a lot on this channel, but what I'm also seeing is some of these creators losing motivation. They stop posting and then they end up going back to their bad ways.
People comment and message me lately saying that they followed me for debt content, and 1, I'm not posting debt content lately, but 2, they say that they're still sticking around for the long haul. So if that's you, thank you. But I also wanted to kind of explain why I haven't been posting any debt content lately. So I've made a few videos about how that just wasn't really bringing me joy. But another reason that I haven't been posting a whole lot about paying off debt is because we currently are not paying off debt. I did definitely slip back into my old ways. I am making minimum payments on credit cards currently and not sticking to a budget. And so I just want to keep it real with you guys because that's what I told you I was going to do. This is not a linear thing for me. This is very up and down because I am an emotional spender. I am addicted to spending money.
Okay, so I definitely know that this could be a problem. It is super easy to buy whatever you want on your phone, your computer, whatever, but the discipline and debt payoff definitely does need to be linear, because if you start going back to minimum payments or not paying it off at all of that progress gets erased very quickly with the interest rate. And this is somebody with over 36,000 followers. If you've seen some of these credit card debt videos, we've gone over this creator before, and this seems a bit more common than I thought recently. Another clip up on screen, just a girl trying to pay off her debt with a TikTok trend video, but we've also taken a look at this creator as well. And we go over to the description. Here we go again. Debt-free journey, credit card debt, and debt payoff. And the comments are saying she's back, welcome back. So the exact same story has happened with this person as well. Again, I hope that they completely pay off their debt, but you need some sort of discipline in place after the motivation fades away, along with the dopamine hits because you probably got a whole bunch of views on a couple of your videos, because you could unfortunately go right back to square one. But keeping with the same trend that's up on screen, debt I've accumulated at the age of 36, showing a whole bunch of credit card balances and total debt being $55,000, we now inevitably go to the segment of the video where we have people trying to sell you something 24/7. Because here's another one, I mean the exact same format as everyone else, but then you go over to the description. Luckily, I've already paid off half of this with the Kiwi Pop app. Kiwi Pop Partner, I've never even heard of this one. Then we got another My Lifestyle that got me into $62K in credit card debt. Just having a very similar story to the clips we've already seen in this video. And yet again, going over to the description, lifestyle calibration is real. At Ditch helps me balance. This is starting to affect so many different niches on social media. It's getting harder and harder to find genuine videos. We have tons of videos being uploaded every day of AI influencers that are starting to look very realistic, along with these clips that are supposed to be relatable, but are just an ad in disguise. It's honestly just getting so tiring. But we got another comment from you guys right here. I was $20,000 in debt and I felt sick. I'm a little over halfway out of it and I'll be debt free after 2026, but it's a lesson I'll never forget.
What is one bad financial decision that you're making in life?
Bro, getting approved for a credit card.
How's that a bad financial decision?
Bro, when you get approved for like 10K, you forget about everything. You just on the card, on the card, on the card, on the card. And the next thing your statement comes out to like 3 G's, you're like, bro. And when your monthly pay, when you get paid bi-weekly or weekly, you're like, shh.
Has to go back to the credit card.
No, bro, credit cards, bro. Worst thing to get is a credit card. I swear.
Why'd you buy that? Was so bad.
Drinks, going out, bro. I got that, baby. I got that, baby. Slide the card real quick. Don't ever look back. And you put a fat tip. You're like, you wake up the next day. You're like, fuck.
And especially if you're young and you get your first credit card with a solid limit, many people take it way too far and then they end up in a whole bunch of debt and possibly in that cycle for years to come.
Can you tell us how much debt you have?
I'm not in debt. I'm just paying things off. Like I have medical bills that I'm paying off currently. So that's kind of like what I've been working on.
What's the balance of the medical debt now?
I think the last time I checked was around between $4,500 and $5,000.
Can you tell us about your personal finances? Like how much debt do you have right now?
Right now, pretty minimal. Actually, I'd say somewhere right around 10 grand.
Okay. What kind of debt is that?
Most of that's intentional debt. So I have a loan out on a vehicle right now. It's through that. It was a choice. I could have paid off the car in full, but I decided to just build some credit, have that loan going.
What do you need the credit for?
Just, hey, anything, buying a house.
Just never know when you might need more debt.
Know.
So what's your plan to pay it off? Are you just going to make minimum payments?
Make minimum payments. Sometimes I make above. Just kind of depends. I don't know. I guess I don't really put that much thought into it.
How much debt do you have?
Right now I'm down probably $20,000 to $25,000 for school. I take out about $5,000 a year.
What's your plan to pay off 25 grand?
That's a good question. I had no plans on paying it off, so.
What do you mean you have no plans to pay it? You're going to just die with it?
Yeah, but not with that.
How old are you?
I'm 22, bro, so I might be 77 with that still.
Something tells me I highly doubt that. They'd garnish your wages way before 77. But the second guy also confused me in a way I understand. He took out a loan to be able to build credit, but then didn't even know how much he was paying. Maybe minimum payments, maybe a little bit over. I don't put much thought into it. It kind of just sounds like you should have paid it off in full and that'd have been it. I don't know, kind of odd to me, but at least talking about student loans is a pretty good transition into the next clip.
If you've got student loans, honestly, be careful. This is a little embarrassing to admit, but if it helps one person, I will share what happened to me. When you make loan payments, most of it goes to interest. Real money, gone. I didn't realize for months that none of my payments were actually touching the balance. I thought I was crushing it, but really I was just feeding the banks. Why no one tells us this in college, I don't know. I'm literally crashing out right now. I had to make my payments, feel good, then check my statement and see barely any progress. It felt like I was throwing money away.
I think you know exactly why people aren't taught how interest works. Because I'm starting to see clips like this when it comes to car payments, mortgages as well. How much money overall is just going to interest alone. It becomes insane. And credit card companies are no different. We could take a look at this clip.
Look at this credit card statement from Capital One. Balance is $4,107.82. Minimum payment is $97. Now, look at the minimum payment warning. This is on every credit card statement, by the way. It's required by law. Even if you make no more charges with this card, if you only make the minimum payment each month, we estimate you will never pay off the balance shown on this statement because your payment will be less than the interest charged each month. If you make more than a minimum payment each period, you will pay less in interest and pay off your balance sooner. For example, if you instead pay $159 per month, you will pay off the balance shown on the statement in around 3 years. Now, this is only $4,107. Do you understand that many people are in $30, $50, $80, $100,000 in credit card debt? $200,000 even? $300,000 I've seen?
Okay, so I don't think we've seen $300,000 worth of debt, but even the early clips, $30, $50, $60,000. If you don't know that just paying the minimum payments does basically nothing, you would legitimately be paying back the bank forever, and it'd be way more than $90 a month. But with this high cost of living climate we're in, more people are having difficulty paying for anything, and of course that means the banks and credit cards find new ways to squeeze even more money out of you.
The banking mafia just found a new way to exploit the poor and funnel more money to the wealthy with a credit card that's hiding inside of your dentist's office. And it's fooling everyone. Here's how it works. Synchrony Bank forces its way into your dentist's office through a credit card called Care Credit. When you can't pay for a dental procedure in full, the dentist's office presents you with an option to finance the procedure at a 0% APR with Care Credit. Here's what they don't tell you. If you miss one payment, come up $1 short, or go 1 day past the deadline, they charge you full interest on the original balance. Not on what's left, on the entire original balance. And the most evil and deceptive part of all of this is that in the fine print, Care Credit states that the required monthly payments may or may not pay off the entire balance before the end of the promotional period. Meaning if you naively set up autopay with them, they can set you up with a minimum payment that actually will not cover the balance in time. And of course, they won't tell you any of this. Watch out for this and follow for more.
I swear, they come up with every sneaky tactic in the book. And we could go over to the comment section. If you pay off the loan early, Synchrony will close the credit line without notice and hit your credit rating deceptively, almost out of spite. Animal hospitals do the same thing with the Care Credit card too. Care Credit is evil. I had to get it for the dentist. Only $20 was for the principal and $130 for interest. There you go, another example there. My braces were $1,500 after insurance and I paid $200 a month for 2 years. I was so confused. A lot more than $1,500. And there's another clip up on screen right now with a guy who did the exact same thing with buying a camera. It was supposed to be 0 interest for 12 months. He was making his payments on time, but with the way they structured the monthly payment, he was short at the end of the year, and it turned into him paying all of the interest. You need to be very aware of this if you decide to do any of this kind of stuff. But no matter how many clips we watch of the horror stories, there'll be a good amount of people who just don't take this seriously at all.
I just got my first credit card. I haven't even activated it yet, but I know it's going to be a problem. Watch out for me.
I max out all $250,000 in my credit cards and take out a $500,000 personal loan, knowing I'm never going to pay that back, and creditors come after me and I leave the country, well, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo.
Do you know how many people have said this and just don't go through with it at all? Especially if you do start taking out loans or racking up credit card debt and you don't move overseas. And again, it's much easier said than done to just move to another country, along with the culture shock and how different things work in each country. But we go over to the comment section. I bought a house in Spain and they requested our full US credit reports. So I guess if you maxed out everything and decide to move there, you would not be getting a house anytime soon. That's my plan too, but where to put the money? And the creator responds, crypto. Well, if you've seen anything in the market lately, that's not doing well whatsoever. So if you did take this guy's advice in early October compared to now, you'd be down a ton of money.
How much debt do you have on your credit card? Have you been paying it down?
I kind of just do my own thing.
What a wonderfully sound financial plan. Average annual percentage rate for most credit cards, the average is, I think it's 24.43%.
I'm okay with that.
No, you shouldn't be.
I'm fine with that. That
There's
could be way
no
higher.
reason that should exist in your life.
Yeah, but I see that number and I don't get worried.
Imagine if you parked your car in a place where you knew you were going to get parking tickets.
Yeah,
right?
I've done it several times.
Yeah, and you just left it there because you said, I don't really mind paying these parking tickets. But there was a way to park your car in a place nearby that still costs a little bit of money, but you were never going to get parking.
Can I tell you why I don't mind that much?
Why?
I think I'm going to get rich someday.
This is so frustrating.
And going over to the comment section, it's not much better. I think I'm gonna get rich someday is so real. 50-50 chance you either get rich or you don't, but I'm pretty sure if you have this type of mentality, it's not going to be 50-50. I know there are some people out there you just can't help. You gotta let them make their own mistakes and deal with the consequences. But I'm hoping at least some people take away some positives from these videos.
This is really embarrassing and I'm kind of exposing myself here, but I'm going to be sharing with you all the things that I wasted money on as I was actively growing my $13,000 of credit card debt. Starting off strong, the first thing is I used to spend $100 every week on a house cleaner for my tiny little apartment for just my cat and I. And she wasn't even that good. And then when I tried to cancel, she wouldn't give me my keys back. But that's besides the point. I spent $400 a month for somebody to clean my apartment. I literally took this money out of my savings account every week to Venmo her. Number 2, I used to shop at Whole Foods. I don't know what made me think that Whole Food shopping was in my budget. I was so incredibly delusional. I used to get my nails done every 2 weeks, which cost $100. I used to get these long, beautiful UV gel nails. I miss them so much. I love having my nails done, but that was an unnecessary expense. I used to get Botox in my face, and I forget how many units I would get. I think either 100 or 1,000. I got a lot. This one I stopped doing at some point, but I was doing this for a while. I used to get lip filler. Lip filler is so expensive. Lip filler alone was $850. All of those injectables, right on my credit card. Remember one day I walked out of the injectable place and I just spent $1,700 on injectable. Right on my credit card. That was the price of my rent.
Okay, we're cutting it off there. This clip is only halfway done. And I agree with this comment as well. I'm surprised it was only $13,000 in debt, honestly. It sounded like this person was living way above their means.
How did you know you needed to start budgeting? I'll go first. I literally called Chase credit card up on the phone, spoke to a customer representative and said, hey, my balance keeps being in the negative. I keep owing you guys money even though I keep making payments. I'm like, I don't understand how this is happening. I'm making these huge payments every single month and it is just never hitting zero. I said, I think there must be fraud or there must be my payments aren't going through or something. Can you help me figure this out? And lo and behold, we went and just he helped me add up all my charges and it turns out I made every single purchase. I was just grossly outspending what I was paying, and I honestly was in such denial because I just couldn't believe like looking at my statement that I could have spent that much. So,
And going over to the comments before you called, did you not look online at all the transactions in the last month? Do people not check their transactions weekly? I look all the time. And I've made this argument before with people being on their phones all day and night. You don't even need to go on the computer. There's apps on the phone that within just a few seconds you could go to every single transaction you've made. There's not really an excuse anymore when everybody has 6 to 8 hours of screen time a day. Chase Bank showed me how much we made in 2025 compared to what we spent, instantly humbled me. And we've seen a couple of those clips when we talked about overspending and living above your means, but we'll finish off this video with a comment from you guys. Honestly, I have credit card debt this time last year was $15,500. I now am down to $5,100 only on my Amex. I'm praying we'll have this paid off by March or April. So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.